Mike with Aftermarket Assassins here. We have our new Ranger muffler. We just developed this, gained some big power. We gained almost 10 horsepower with the quiet core and the spark arrestor. There's a few configurations, so I figured I'd go over that with you on what's going on. Right now we have our ultra quiet core, super quiet core I guess we call it, plus the regular quiet core, quiet cap if you will. So basically how this muffler works is wide open. It's really loud. I mean, you've got a good throaty sound to it, but it's loud. I mean, most people on a Ranger aren't going to want that, and it actually makes more power with the quiet cap. We call it our quiet core, stealth quiet core. That blocks off one outlet. This is more quiet with the cap in it than it would be just to build a single outlet muffler. So that's kind of why we do that. Plus it gives you the adjustability. You know, maybe there's that guy that just likes to ride his in the dunes and doesn't care about noise. It lets more heat out, that's fine. But most people are gonna want this top quiet core that blocks off the outlet. And then on the other side, you can put a 2.5-inch spark arrestor that we sell. That makes the most power. That setup works really, really well for 10 horse, huge noticeable gain. You can watch your tack run up 200-300 RPM higher. It's making power. Gets the heat out of these things. The stock muffler is extremely restrictive. So this is the spark arrestor. This is the quiet core, or standard quiet core that's available on most of our other models. We then have this, which is the stealth core. And this stealth core, it has some adjustability to it. So this little end here is probably hard to see, but this little end can actually slide in and out. This still gains a couple horsepower with our muffler and this in this wide open position at the very end. So that still gains some horsepower, you know, 2 horse. It's not as big a gain as just the quiet cap in, or the quiet cap with the spark arrestor. That combo didn't make any horsepower difference. Adding the spark arrestor did no difference for horsepower. You can slide this down. So say you're hunting, doing something like that. I mean, this is probably a good thing to throw in. If you are in a neighborhood and you want to be quiet, this is great. You can pull it out when you're going trail riding. You want all the power. You're going to get about a 6 to 8 horsepower gain just by removing this, but you're still gaining a couple horse over stock with this in. The thing to note, if you slide this down, you're going to make it quieter. You're going to have less holes because the exhaust has to come in, go around through these holes in this baffle, and then out. So the less holes you have, obviously the quieter it's going to be. So you can slide this little end cap, it just unbolts, slide it down, and now you only have a couple holes for the exhaust to go through. It's going to be really quiet. This builds a ton of heat. You're going to lose a lot of power doing that. So if you ever need to move this, we suggest that you only do that for low speed things, not where you're going to be running 50 miles an hour down the road. If you're on a property hunting, you're in low range, you want it to be as quiet as possible, no problem. You know, that's fine for kind of idling around, a little mid throttle. If you're going over half, 3/4 throttle, you really don't want that. It's going to build heat in that motor. It's not the ideal thing to do. So that basically goes over our exhaust. We have some sound clips and some other things. Check it out. Let us know what you think.